Well, well, well. Look who decided to show up.
Must be my fucking birthday.
Yeah.
Look at you with them toes.
We just got demonetized on YouTube. Welcome to the Bucket of Beef Show. My name is Luke Hodson.
My name is Alex Morrison.
Once again, thank you so much for showing up for the pod. This is episode 9.
Episode 9.
Which is crazy.
In total, we've done...
Like 18. No.
Tomorrow will be 18.
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be 18.
Because, for all of you that don't know or haven't been paying attention, we have a Patreon page.
Whoa!
Where we review each and every episode of The Last of Us.
Wow.
We're going to be doing something fun soon that has yet to be determined by the patrons for our next little iteration of Patreon exclusive content.
But we have the ideas. They're ready. They're set. But join us over there for exclusive voting power, early access to our newest episodes, including this one. Luke, I have a question for you today.
Please lay it on me.
Here's my question for you today, because I don't think we've done this yet. Rank yourself on the beef meter.
Jeez. Rank myself on the beef meter.
Yeah.
I feel like you caught me at a low point in my day.
In general.
In general?
And I want you to be kind to yourself.
I think I'm, like, fine to be around. I think I'm, like, a fucking...
Be fucking kind to yourself.
I'm gonna be the fucking, I'll be like the best Texas Roadhouse steak you've ever had, and then some of the rolls, because it's just like, it's still Texas Roadhouse, you know?
But I've had some exceptional steak from Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, yeah?
And if it's the best steak you've gotten, people order you every day. They love you.
Man.
They want you.
I'll be like a ribeye. Or T-bone. No, ribeye. Ribeye's my favorite steak. I'll be that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pick your favorite steak. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Mashed potatoes.
Absolutely.
A little bit of Coke with whiskey. Whiskey Coke.
Yeah.
I feel like you gotta get a shitty cocktail at a Texas Roadhouse, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah. It is what it is. What about you? What would you rate yourself on the beef meter? Be kind to yourself.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to go with a flank steak.
A flank steak?
Big in size.
Pretty big.
Yeah.
Some people don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, some people don't know what to do
But some
with
people
it.
can make it sing.
Absolutely. And you can spice it however you want, and I think depending on how you treat your flank steak, that's what you're going to get out of it.
That's actually a very accurate explanation of how you interact with people.
I think so.
That's a very fair way to operate.
I'm very on the wave with people. I like to flow with people.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think that's a great starting place for us today. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, gang. We have Legally Blonde and Inception for you today. What's the theme song for that?
Not okay. I can't remember. Okay. It has a soaring score, but I
Inception.
All you
got to do is go boom.
Yeah. That happens a lot, I think.
All right.
Maybe we watch these movies this week.
I think we should be upfront with our audience.
We have watched these movies.
We have watched these movies. Inception is an interesting story.
Yes, but we're going to start with Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde. Hit him with that synopsis, boy.
The synopsis of Legally Blonde. My off-the-dome synopsis of Legally Blonde. Elle Woods, a fashion merchandising major and president of the Delta Nu sorority at is it UCLA, or do they make up a college name or something?
I don't remember a college.
I remember it as UCLA, but I think they'd say something else. Is head over heels with her beau, Warner Cunningham III. Everything seems perfect for this dream girl. She has best friends, best clothes, and a best man. What could possibly go wrong? Uh-oh. She gets broken up with at the beginning of this movie.
Oh, darn.
Warner Huntington III declares that she is not serious, so she does what any self-respecting person does, and she smarts up, gets ready to go to Harvard, and sets off to rekindle the flame with the man of her dreams. What's going to happen? How's she going to do it? Is Warner worth it? No.
Nah, not at all.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. First of all, I want to say Caitlin Bettendorf does an amazing job as well.
Shout out to Caitlin Bettendorf.
So one of the reasons we picked this on the poll, Sister Act was included too, is that in college, our freshman year of college in theater school, our school did Legally Blonde. And you were in Legally Blonde.
I was. I was one of the horny admittance boys.
Yes.
My freshman year of college.
And I watched it. I got to see it live.
He was doing other shit.
Yeah,
other
I was
cool
doing
shit.
other plays and stuff.
Yeah.
So that kind of brings us there.
But Alex has never seen this movie, or had never seen this movie.
I'd never seen the movie. Just little clips, like the what? Like It's Hard. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Seen that a little bit.
The Bend and Snap.
Yeah,
of course
the Bend
we
and
all
Snap.
know and love.
Sure.
Yeah. What were your first impressions of this movie?
I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, because the musical version, of course, like picks and chooses its
little beats. It's kind of
yeah. Which is it definitely changes. Like for the one thing I picked up on is we don't get a lot from Luke Wilson's Emmett in this.
No, not a ton.
Because I mean, you have the whole thing where he's like, I'm poor and I worked really hard to get here, and it's definitely him just being like background, like, hey, I support. Because there's truly not a romance in this. There's just the ending where they're like, oh, they dated for 2 years.
There's like the little like kind of from a distance admiration and respect.
Yeah. But this one was really cool. I mean, because it is so lead focused, and the side characters, of course, they're bits of subplot. But I was really invested in the journey of Elle and watching how capable she is as a character. Like, it was inspiring and really funny and endearing, and it makes sense that this is a cult classic for so many people. Yeah,
I would say, honestly, I think Elle Woods might be one of my favorite lighthearted comedy characters.
Yeah. Like,
easily. She's so smart, she's so kind, she respects everyone. Well, she only wants the best for people.
Absolutely, she does.
Beautiful, beautiful Elle.
Yes, beautiful Elle. So very early on, like we're at the Delta Nu sorority. She plans to go on a date with Warner, and she's absolutely certain he's going to propose.
It's not just any date.
Yeah, it's the date.
The date.
And you kind of catch an early glimpse of her character when she's shopping for the date, and I really like the part where she's like the sales associate at the boutique, I guess, tries to upsell this dress, and she's like, no, you idiot, this was in a magazine a year ago, you're not slick, don't.
Yeah, the stitch is wrong that you're explaining.
I loved it. It was so
good.
Get
the fuck off my dick, she said. Yeah,
but it is cool because like this movie is kind of separated into two halves, and honestly you could have told an entire story of her just getting into Harvard and being done with it. You know what I mean? But then it's like, no, there's a whole case, and there's exploitation through Professor Callahan, and someone she really cares about is in trouble, you know, for murder. And you're like, holy shit, this goes so far. And it didn't have to.
Yeah, it just keeps moving, and the plot's just really fun. Like, there's so many, like, they put an effort into, like, developing this, and it paid off, and it's a fun movie. It's got good feels. I mean...
It is, and as lighthearted as it is, you watch a lot of these, like, comedies where, like, I mean, sure, you have an opinion of the characters, but they're not, like, they don't get to your soul. When I tell you how much I hated Vivian at the beginning of this, I was like, you are so mean.
Yeah,
like,
Vivian was an asshole.
I would have called her out in the middle of lecture. I would have been so pissed.
For sure. I love all of the little the side characters in the Harvard class. Like, just the whole collection is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, you have everyone, like, totally... And it's cool how, like, at the beginning, everyone's, like, jerking themselves off because they're all, like, insecure around these other smart people at Harvard. Like, when they're all like, I have an IQ of 297, and I can talk to dolphins.
Yeah.
By the way, my dad owns Jupiter. What do you do, bitch? You know?
I was looking at the cast of characters because me and
There's
Luke...
so many.
There's so many
people. Great little... Honestly, it's, like... Obviously, Elle Woods is the star of the show in this, but they really have a wonderful ensemble cast in this whole film.
I was just laughing because there's a character who is, like, really tall and dorky and, like, gets a book for Elle, and Elle puts on a show in front of these girls he's trying to ask out. His name...
What is his name?
Dorky David Kidney. Played by Oz Perkins.
Kidney.
Dorky David.
A.K.A. Big Cock Craig.
Big Cock Craig. Was it Big Dick Dan?
Big Dick Dan was the first one. I like Big Cock Craig more.
I like Big Cock Craig.
Wait, so what was his actual name?
Dorky David Kidney.
Dorky David. Big Dick David.
Big Dick David in the house.
Swing it around, bud.
But Jennifer Coolidge is in this. an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, I forgot that Jennifer Coolidge was in this movie, and I'd seen it before.
Yeah, it's so good. Her and the UPS officer.
Yeah.
Officer.
Yeah, he's
UPS.
He's a real enforcer.
He's a real enforcer.
Yeah.
He's
Keeps
like,
the
I got a
streets
big
clean.
package for you. Jail time.
Oh, damn.
Linda Cardellini, I was very excited to see. I didn't know she was in this movie.
Is this like the Linda Cardellini show now?
I fucking love it,
She's
man.
got so many
Linda
little
Carter
appearances.
Beefy, baby.
Yeah.
Linda Carter Beefy.
Very good. Did you have a favorite ensemble character?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say if I had to pick, I mean, Jennifer Coolidge is a standout, but I do like, I think it's Professor Stromwell.
Yeah, I
played by
loved
Holland
her.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Her just general, I mean, she's only in like 2 scenes, but like the strength that she gives Elle and also the absolutely no bullshit, like I appreciated that. Because I think at the crux of the film, when she comes back and is like, really, you're going to let this guy decide your future? Whatever.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Honestly, every character gets a little arc in this.
Yeah, everyone.
Like, every character gets.
And it works.
Except for maybe Emmett. Emmett stays
pretty neutral.
pretty same-ish.
Yeah.
And maybe Warner.
I think
Warner just realizes that he realizes that he's a baby.
Yeah.
In this film. Yeah, that's his character growth.
No, I think the most shocking character development was with Vivian.
Yeah.
Because I really did not. I thought she was just going to be a bitch the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, no. But then, like, I
Vivian's
guess.
just insecure.
Vivian's
just trying to find her place, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That rock is huge, though.
That's a big rock, baby.
She should have pocketed the rock and left Warner.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have given that shit back.
What do you think Warner and Vivian are doing right now? It's been 10 years. Or 11
Warner is for sure an alcoholic.
Okay.
He has another, I'm sure, like, some sort of, like, he probably has, like, an influencer wife or something. She does, like, she has, like, a matcha startup and is really into, like, mindful archery.
Okay.
Like that I think that's
mindful
archery.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Exactly.
See, the guy who plays Warner, how he looks now, Matthew Davis, he just looks like he would spill a beer on himself at a restaurant and
I think
be
he's
like,
an attractive
like,
fella.
"Are you kidding me?" and then not tip because he spilled the beer on himself. That's the vibe I'm getting from him.
That's fair. So, and what do you think? Do you think that's what Warner's doing right now? He's drunk at a bar?
Yeah.
Spilling beer on himself?
I mean, I think that's like a stereotype, and I don't know if it's true, but I've heard a lot of stereotypes of like lawyers and just getting absolutely blasted any
There's a
opportunity
lot
they
of
get.
lawyers are alcoholics.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a lot to do, a lot of work.
Yeah.
And sometimes not pretty work.
Yeah. Vivian, I think, is like works for the UN or like the world court or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. She like oversees like the trial of like war crimes at the UN at the Hague.
At the Hague?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about story. A little more. Because I think I'm invested throughout the whole thing, but I think when it comes down to the Brooke trial, I was very into it. I was very into it. And also because, Ella's in a room with all of her colleagues and is now in this, is it an internship?
Yeah, it's an internship, this one.
And she gets the alibi. And I was like, give them the fucking alibi. I'm like, this is not, I don't know. I was stressed. I'm like, if you just give it to them, you'll be set. You can work forever.
Yeah.
Have money out the ass.
Also, the whole idea that and I was talking to you about this before we did this podcast episode, but I feel like Callahan's a bad lawyer. Like, Callahan's not a good lawyer.
No, he's not.
I feel like there's definitely ways to refute these criminal charges.
Yeah.
Without specifically having it is kind of shady that she doesn't want to give an alibi at all, for sure. But the whole idea that that Chutney is in the shower and doesn't hear a gun.
But also they don't find a gun.
They also don't find a gun.
There's almost no
So how
proof
did Brooke
that she
stash
did.
the gun? But she was covered in his blood.
Yeah, but okay, so I just wouldn't, because the jury has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt
That is true.
You know
That
what
it was
I mean?
for sure her.
It was already flawed to begin with.
Should have been a mistrial to begin with.
It honestly should
frankly.
have. Honestly.
Yeah.
But I love that Elle's knowledge of hair
Saves the day.
saves the day.
You know, this is the thing. My girlfriend's been reading this book. I can't remember who it's by, but it's about how people with a large array of skills, like kind of like people that take the time to have a breadth of skills rather than a depth of skills, excel and succeed in life. Mm-hmm. Elle Woods is an example of breadth.
Yeah,
I think she's just
absolutely.
like a jack of all trades kind of character.
But now I do kind of wonder, because that her skill set though for this is very specific.
It is.
It's just how often in her career afterwards that.
Well, but she also knows the law too.
Well, yeah, I mean, she knows the
know.
law, but it's never gonna, like she said, the chemical compounds that it takes.
Yeah.
To like do a perm. I just wonder now how often she's gonna actually be able to do that in court. You know what I mean?
I don't know. But she's got her other bag of tricks too. She'll be great.
What's her other bag of tricks?
There's going to be some sort of like she'll have some sort of like civil lawsuit between like a car dealership and like a Porsche owner.
Okay.
And she'll be like, I know Porsche. I've been in Porsches since I've been 1.5, and she'll fucking bust everyone's balls
Wreck
and
everyone's
win
shit.
the case.
Incredible.
Yeah.
We were also laughing because the sequel to this movie is about her dog, Bruiser, which, shout out to Bruiser.
Bruiser's the king.
Bruiser's
I
the
love
king.
the Kyoto Taco Bell little ad that they got in this movie, too.
It's the best.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny about that, though?
What?
Kind of side note. When I was very, very little, I had a fear of the Taco Bell dog.
Oh, my God.
And
what?
how deep his voice was. I was like,
How deep is it?
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Is it that deep?
It's like that deep,
I thought it was
think.
Yo Quiero Taco Bell.
I don't think so, but when I was a kid, it was very deep in my mind. And I used to have nightmares.
I thought it was much higher pitched than that.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll put something in here. Maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I used to have like nightmares where this dog was like on my chest and got in my face and was like,
Oh my God.
Yo quiero Taco Bell, and then started eating my face.
What?
It's a true story.
You are a 3-bean layer burrito.
Yeah.
Damn.
I just
Your
so
beefy
upsetting.
crunch wrap.
No. That's why I like that Bruiser was barking at that TV. I was like, you get him, Bruiser.
Yeah. Very good. Bruiser was good. All the dogs across the board are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I want to watch the sequel because it's about Bruiser's family getting abused through animal testing, and Elle's, I guess, like, on the case, essentially. But I also now want to see that musical. And I want Bruiser to be played by an adult man.
Oh my God. But you want to see the Legally Blonde 2, the musical?
Yes.
Oh man.
But I want all of the dogs to be played by people.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I think that would be a blast.
Damn. I like that.
I like it too. I think that would be fun. And it's so, I mean, comparing back to the musical a little bit, because that's all I had to pull on really from this. Just thinking of the song choices and things like that, like the "Oh my God, you guys!" Like for some reason, I was like expecting that to be at the beginning, because there was a lot of space for it. And Bend and Snap was almost an entire musical number.
Yeah, they basically did have a little minus the music.
Minus the
number.
music.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know. What are your favorite songs from the musical?
Oh man, Bend and Snap is really fun. Mm-hmm. The Harvard admissions song is really fun. Those are probably my two favorite.
Okay.
My two favorites, yeah.
I mean, my two are, I think, Legally Blonde.
Yeah, Legally. Well, isn't that when she is writing her essay, or no?
I don't think so.
Okay. That's a fun one, too.
Yeah. And, I mean, you've sung it recently, but Chip on Your Shoulder.
Oh, yes.
That's a fun one.
Mm-hmm. That is a fun one, too.
Yeah.
I agree. I really like the portrayal of the Delta News in this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like...
Very fun.
They
have like a great way of... Because a lot of 2000s movies do this, where like they have their cast of characters and they have a lot of like caricature characters that they just kind of like make fun of, and it feels like kind of mean. Mm-hmm. This is like everyone's kind of a caricature. Is that how you say it? Caricature?
Yeah.
But it's like fun. Like they're all having a good time. They're just like being themselves. Like they feel like
it's like everyone is a stereotype, but nobody gets bullied for their stereotype.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And yeah, that does work really, really, really well. Yeah, because I like when the two Delta Nu sisters come to Elle's trial. They're like, "We're here," and I was like, I feel like they're just gonna really disrupt this motherfucker.
And it's like they don't get bullied like by the movie, you know, like they don't. It doesn't feel like the people that made the movie are like acting in bad faith toward these characters.
No,
like obviously there's like people like other characters in the movie that make fun of each other and things like that, but it's not like. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's like some movies where it seems like people will write characters and like actively just don't like them. Mm-hmm. Like you can tell sometimes, and this is one where all the characters are loved, except for maybe Warner. Yeah, and Callahan for sure. Yeah. Callahan's, but I did. Speaking of like Callahan, I think he is like he's a very good character for this film. Because he's like, he seems like everything's chill. Like, obviously, he's like doing the shitty stuff to Vivian, like making her get coffee and everything. But then, like, the way that he comes onto Elle, like, ends up being so unexpected. Yeah, I thought at least. Yeah, because there's no real foreshadowing. No, to it.
There's
to me,
no
at
preemptive
least.
Notion. None
to
at all.
To me, at least. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that was like really good because it's like the people watching this movie are like having a good time, and then all of a sudden, bam, and you're like, oh fuck, yeah, this guy really is a piece of shit,
piece of garbage. Yeah. But going back to your point though, like in the caricatures and stereotypes, like, I mean, Elle herself is a stereotype, and I think like a lot of the film's message is just learning how to be yourself and like operate for yourself and learn and grow your strength for yourself. So I think all of those things kind of work in tandem. Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, it's a really beautiful, lighthearted movie. I really liked it a lot.
Really fun. Yeah. Thanks for recommending this one, you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for voting on this.
There were like 45 people who voted. I was like, really, this is so cool.
Yeah, thanks so much for voting for this one, guys. This one made us feel good.
Made us feel good. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll just go into scoring.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Cool. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I think you should go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. I will give this an 8 out of 10. Not for any other reason. It's not like a perfect movie, but like they just do such a good job with character development all across the board and with their story. I think it works really, really well. In terms of beef score, I gotta give something lean.
Something lean, something healthy.
Yeah, healthy. I don't really know what's on the side of beef that is like super healthy and good for you. I'm not that guy, but let's pretend it's a New York strip.
Okay, the healthiest cut.
Yeah, it's a smaller cut, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe a filet mignon.
Filet mignon, then. Let's go with that. Mwah. With like a dollop of some steak sauce and a nice little side salad. A fruit salad.
Bam.
Yummy, yummy.
There you go.
Go ahead, bub.
I'll give this an 8.2. I think it's a very fun film. I think this is my favorite early 2000s movie that we've watched. Aside from when did Scream come out?
The 99.
Oh, okay. Then Scream doesn't count as a 2000s film. Yeah. I really liked it. Really cool. Fun. Makes me feel good. I love Elle Woods. I love Emmett. I love Paulette. I love all the Delta News. I love Big Dick Dan. David, is that his name?
Big Dick David.
Shout out.
Big Dick Dorky
to the real one. Yeah, I'm gonna give this the beef score. I think everyone that hasn't seen this movie that likes kindness and fun and originality should watch this movie. Yeah, I think it's a wonderful boutique charcuterie spread. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Honestly, get a charcuterie spread. Get like a bag of wine. Watch it with your friends.
Drink some fucking rosé.
You'll have a blast.
Have some cheesecake.
It's a short movie too.
It is, and it flies.
It flies.
We've been blessed with movies that fly this week. Definitely, honestly. Yeah. So that's our little take on Legally Blonde. We're gonna go to commercials we wish we had, and then we'll get right into Christopher Nolan's Inception.
Big turn
in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so what do you want to be sponsored by today, Alex?
Oh, you gotta go. I'm not ready.
Nope, you gotta go.
I'm not ready.
You must do
Oh, is it because you're not ready?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, all right, gang, bear with me, because I want to be sponsored by the one, the only, Elf Bar.
Elf Bar? What's an Elf Bar?
An Elf Bar is a really bad thing for people that they shouldn't have because it will ruin your life and you won't be able to get up the stairs to your own apartment because you're breathing so fucking hard to vape.
Damn.
Which is
Shout out to Elf Bar.
Shout out to Elf Bar. Thanks for killing me. Really appreciate you. It's not your fault. It's your fault.
Kind of is.
Yeah. That's mine.
That's really good. I have a strong feeling that we're gonna get that sponsorship.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Yeah. I want to be sponsored by. Who do I want to be sponsored by? I want to be sponsored by full body massages. I feel like I could use a full body massage right now. Just some good like release. I got to get some knots out of my system. My shoulders have been feeling sore. I want to be sponsored by universal full body massages. Not sexual body massages. Just a normal spa related massage.
Oh, but you know what would be so nice? Getting that massage and having a fucking Elf Bar strapped to
Oh
your
my
mouth.
god. Oh, just continually pumping. That sounds horrible.
Oh, it sounds so good.
They like push it out. They push it out of your lungs.
Wow.
While they're kneading your back.
That would be nice.
Jesus Christ.
So good.
The level of depravity.
I also need a massage, man.
I know.
It's just bad. My shoulders are messed up.
I know. We need some coupons. We need some. We need to do like. We got to get a Groupon.
Hey, if anybody wants to send us a link to a Groupon for a Masagi, just
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. That'd be super nice.
Yeah, we'd appreciate that.
Yeah. Back to the pod.
Back to the pod.
I'm gonna do the big boom that Nolan does, and then you can do a whole Nolan thing when we get back.
I get to do the Nolan thing. What's the Nolan thing?
Just like violin bumps.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna go back to the pod, and the second we get back, we'll be in Inception land.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? Here we go. We're going back. Boom. From the mind of Christopher Nolan.
It sounds too scary.
That's accurate, though. Is Inception. Hell yeah. Inception. Fucking explosions. Fucking
Buildings.
A-listers out the ass.
Fucking dreamwalking.
Dreamwalking and
Dead wives.
dead wives and sad stuff.
There's so many Leonardo DiCaprio movies where he has a dead wife.
Are there?
Maybe I'm just thinking about this in Shutter Island.
I was thinking Shutter Island too. I don't know
This
what
very
else.
much gave me Shutter Island vibes
Sure.
in some ways.
Yeah.
In some ways. In the psychology.
In the psychology of
Yeah.
it? Sure. Okay, well, this is a movie called Inception, and I'm going to get into a synopsis right now, right off the friggin' dome. Leonardo DiCaprio plays Cobb, who is a very unique thief in that he takes secrets from people's minds through entering their dreams. He is wanted in the U.S. for a crime that he did not commit. However, someone offers him a job that, if he completes, will let him see his children again. This process is called Inception, and the big task of this movie is having someone create an idea or memory for themselves, but he has to assemble a ragtag group of different skill sets to help him attain this goal.
Great.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
I think that works.
That gets the point across.
You know what? No, fuck that. That's a really good description because that's not going into what Inception really even is. There's
man.
so much bullshit.
Leaves you wanting some bullshit.
I mean, I don't mean bullshit.
Wow.
Just stuff you gotta pay attention to. Definitely. We watched this movie over the course of 4 hours.
Yeah, there were some interruptions in it. We didn't get to it until a bit later.
Yes.
In the evening.
It was very long. So, initial thoughts on this movie?
Initial thoughts? I love this movie. Also, to everyone listening, This is one of the few picks that neither of us had ever seen.
Yeah. Not since the beginning of the pod.
I'd seen pieces of Inception, but I'd never sat through and watched the entire film.
Yeah.
It's really good. I mean, like, just thinking that this is like this was made in 2010. All of the visuals look just as good, if not better, than basically any other movie I can imagine that's come out in the past 2 years. Mm-hmm. I mean, Christopher Nolan just has, like, an incredible knack for just incredible... Just the scale of his visuals is crazy. Like, his use of, like, a lot of practical effects is nuts, and the amount of focus and detail and homework that he does to, like, get the exact look and feel for his films is, like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely remarkable.
I kept being brought back to old. Shyamalan's old.
To old? Why?
Just in the way that Nolan projects his storytelling is similar yet so different. You know what I mean? Because with this movie, like, I was asking questions very early on, and Roma was actually watching this movie with us, and Roma has seen it countless times, and I was like, well, okay, this is already confusing because they didn't mention this, that, or the other thing, and she's like, they'll explain it, like, down the line. I'm like, when? She's like, down the line. And there's a lot of stuff in this movie that doesn't get revealed until the very end, and Shyamalan kind of does the exact same thing, but it's definitely more in your face with his exposition. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
But it still kind of operates on the same wavelength. It's
like not showing the audience all of your cards immediately.
Yeah, but then, like, with Shyamalan, when the cards are shown, it's like that's it.
Yeah.
With
no more ambiguity.
Yeah, there's so many twists and turns up until, like, the very end that keep you so engaged and invested. It just I had a blast with this movie. It was very, very fun. And it made me feel smart. It made
like,
me
I
feel
could
smart.
dream walk.
Yeah. Just like, just understanding all of the concepts alone. Because when we were sitting with Roma, like, I was like, oh, this is so interesting because what he does is he has a character that is not in the know. And this is for even like the Dark Knight series. There's a character that's not in the know. He lets the action play out, and he lets the character that's not in the know say, oh, this is how it works. More action displaying how it works, and then another character will be like, okay, this is me saying how it works.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally does.
So yeah, I really appreciate the way that he tells the story.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. There's just so much in this movie. Mm-hmm. The world and the rules that they built for this is very, very cool. How do you feel about the cast overall?
Oh my god, I love this cast.
They really are just, like, all fucking rock stars. Like,
they're all rock stars, and it's so funny because every single person on this cast is capable of such emotional depth.
Yeah.
But there's not really time for emotional depth. Like, Leo gets all of it.
I would say. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was so excited to see Tom Hardy. Anytime I see Tom Hardy, I get giddy. I love Tom Hardy. Who's your favorite person on this cast?
My favorite person in this cast? I mean, Leo is great. I really liked Elliot Page in this. Mm-hmm. Elliot Page is really good, and the concern that they have for like all of this crazy shit that Cobb isn't telling people about is really excellent. I think my favorite character in the movie, honestly, though, is Fisher. Is Cillian Murphy, is their Mark.
Yeah.
Because there honestly really isn't, like, a bad guy in this film. Mm-hmm. Like, Fisher's not an inherently bad person. He just happens to be the heir to this billion-dollar, basically, monopoly. And his competitors want to pick apart his business.
Yeah.
You know? And I really liked that. I liked that the villain in the story was, like, Cobb, like, not being able to, like, rectify his grief with the loss of his wife. You know? Mm-hmm. That's, like, kind of what the villain is like...
his past? Him making the mistake of dreaming too much?
Yeah, basically, like, or, like, refusing to acknowledge that his wife is gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. which is really messed up because this entire crew should have been fully aware. There is too much. There's too much that has gone wrong that will go wrong with his like wife as a projection. Like he realistically should have gotten them all killed, every single one of them.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Or in limbo for 80 years.
I know. Crazy limbo.
Crazy limbo. So this movie has so many layers, and they're literally like different aspects of the story. Because you have like the initial layer, it's the car chase. That's when they're in the first layer of the dream. Then the second layer is in the hotel, and the third layer is in the mountains. In the mountains.
It's in that Mission Impossible, not Mission Impossible, in that Top Gun Maverick spot where they fight the inevitable, like, seemingly Slavic, maybe Nepalese landscape.
Yeah. But it was so interesting with the time dilation stuff as well, and how each layer is immediately affected. Like when like
cool.
The car is going into the water, so the next layer, like gravity is all messed up, and they're in an elevator in the third level, and it starts like the stuff with the elevator. Don't they on the third layer? Does gravity mess up in the third layer too?
No, the gravity doesn't get messed up too bad in the third layer, but there's that huge avalanche that comes.
The avalanche because of the kick.
It's in the hotel that there isn't gravity.
Yeah.
Because of the water, because of the falling off of the bridge into the water. And it's cool how they bounce back between all of these three different dreamscapes.
Yeah. My biggest thing that I just was like, I don't know if it's a flaw or not, but I think it was just so dangerous. Because you're operating on these kicks, this feeling of falling and all this stuff, and you're on an airplane.
Yeah.
You know, any type of turbulence will just wake your ass up or send you to a different layer. Like, I don't know. I was like, this is
But they
not
need
the best
big
idea.
kicks. They need a big kick because they're so sedated.
I guess so.
Except for when they explain it the first time and he just tips him in a chair.
And he's like, well, I'm awake.
Yeah, there's a few things I think that are a little, Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how it was so easy. Like, not that it was easy, but that Leo's character and his wife, like they were able to get out of limbo by killing themselves in the dream world, but that doesn't work sometimes in limbo. You know,
well, because
maybe they explained it a little.
It's
more,
because
but...
of the sedation. It's because
it's because they're also sedated.
Yeah,
I see. That makes sense.
Because you sedate yourself either way, but then they go to that group where it's all old people, and they do that for like 40 to 60 hours.
Yeah,
based on that guy's like sedation
for sure
concoction.
Yeah, to hang in their dream world.
Yeah,
would you pay to get trapped in a dream world?
Fuck no. And you know what's so funny to me? Because like. This movie also, like, because Nolan stays grounded, and we all appreciate that. If I was in a dream, I'd be flying everywhere. I would be on my yacht that I want so bad, and, like, I don't know, man, I would be jumping on the moon or running across the sun.
Bam.
It just feels so grounded.
Yeah, it is very grounded.
And I don't know.
As grounded as, like, a crazy dream can be. But it's dreams that feel real. Yeah. You know? They're trying to convince him that all this is real.
Yeah.
You know? And they do. They succeed.
I think my favorite aspect of the dream world is that, like, once your projections catch wind that you're not supposed to be there, they will just kill you.
Yeah.
Everybody in your dream world will kill you.
The militarization of the dream special forces was very fun.
Yeah.
That he's like, oh, he's been trained to resist this, because imagine just like being like 13, like you're the heir to this fortune, and you have to do like dream combat exercises to strengthen your melon.
God.
You know?
Could you imagine what Batman's mind would be like?
Batman's mind would be insane. You would literally, like, you would transport into the dream world, and then it would just rain knives, and all the buildings would disappear, and you'd be naked. Like, that's what would happen if you went into Batman's dream world.
You'd be naked, surrounded by a million machine guns. It would be over. It would be over immediately. You wouldn't make it 2 minutes.
Or they'd make it so, like, if you had powers, you didn't have powers, and it's just like a big sand pit. And just a rope that goes to nowhere. and you have to like try to climb this crazy rope to get out.
Scary.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite scene in this movie?
My favorite scene in this movie,
or like location?
My favorite location is the hotel.
Okay.
My favorite location is for sure the hotel. In terms of, my favorite scene, I'd say that my favorite scene, I like all of the scenes between Tom Hardy and Cillian Murphy, but when Tom Hardy's pretending to be Browning.
Yeah.
I really like all of those scenes. It makes me feel bad for Fisher. And I really realized, like, wow, this guy, like, really isn't, like, he doesn't seem like a bad dude, honestly.
No, he just has chronic
like,
daddy issues and a lot of money.
He's like a normal guy.
Yeah.
Relatively, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, of course, any scene for me with Tom Hardy. I like the scene where they get attacked in the first layer and they go, like, hide out. And that's when he's like, no, don't shoot, what is this? It's Ken Watanabe, Saito. You're like, don't kill him. Don't kill him.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all like, why not? You're like, because, like, you'll go into limbo and there's nothing down there.
And he didn't tell them.
And Tom Hardy just being like, well, I'm going to sit this one out. This is not for me. I'm not doing this shit.
Yeah.
That's my favorite scene. Just, like, how immediately disrupted this whole plan gets.
Yeah, it goes to shit immediately.
Yeah.
Like, it's all just a problem.
Yeah.
For sure.
And also the scene where the wife killed herself.
That's a good scene, too.
It's just a very good scene. And the lead up to that, you see the room well beforehand. You see her well beforehand, and because you think it's like a domestic incident that happens in that hotel. Mm-hmm. And it's just she's making it look like that because something about the kids. It was something that had to do with the kids. Right?
I can't quite remember. Well, no, but she does it because she wants him to kill himself with her. He wants her to jump. Yeah. So she wants him to jump. So the reason that she makes it seem like this is a domestic issue is if you don't jump, everyone is going to think you killed me. So you have no choice but to jump, or else your life will be over and ruined.
Yeah. She's like, you won't see the kids.
Exactly.
It's going to be that.
Yeah.
Which is so, I don't know. There was room for maybe a different push on that, I think, to get him to jump with her.
Yeah, maybe. I also like how the way that they fucking killed themselves in the dream world was to let a passing train run their heads over.
Yeah, no.
Like, ugh.
But I guess, I don't know, I wouldn't put my full body on that. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't put your full body? What do you mean?
Like on the tracks? Like the head thing?
Yeah, just do the head?
Yeah, just do the head. Don't put your whole body on that.
Just imagine a gun.
Yeah.
Why don't you just do that?
Yeah.
I mean, you would die really quick getting your head squashed by a train, for sure.
Yeah.
But you gotta wait for it.
Yeah, you do. Oh, God.
It's, like, not up to you, you know? You're on train time.
You're on train time, baby.
You're depending on Amtrak, dude. You're on the LIR. Like, that's too much.
It's way too much. Way too much. But yeah, this was an exciting movie. It was a really exciting movie. Outside of this, like, I haven't seen many other Nolan movies except for the Dark Knight movies. I don't think I have seen any other Nolan movies. I remember really wanting to see Dunkirk.
Yeah, you haven't seen Dunkirk?
Haven't seen Dunkirk. And what's the one that comes out this year? Or did it already
That
come
is
out?
Oppenheimer.
Which, sorry, I at one point when we were talking about our most anticipated, I did say Oppenheimer. I don't know.
It's fine.
I didn't know the man.
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheim?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. I mean, I don't have a ton else to really say.
Yeah, visually striking. I honestly, like, the biggest, like, tonal, like, message that I can take from the film is, like, the dangers of, like, unresolved grief and the damage that can do to someone and how they, you know, how the things that we long for can be detrimental to our own well-being.
Our own well-being, other people's well-being.
Yeah, other people's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see the effect it has on everyone in this group, his children.
Because by the end, like, honestly, Cobb would be fine with staying in that dream world with his kids.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, but he can't see their faces as well.
Well, but he could see their faces at the end.
Well, we should talk about that then,
Yeah.
for sure, because I think we have differing opinions.
And why couldn't he see their faces again?
Well, because it was part of the memory. Like, he can't...
I see.
It was something about how... Because she was there.
Yes.
The wife was there. I don't remember. I don't remember. That's a shame.
Dang.
But so, the ending. We should talk about the ending.
Yes.
Because it is kind of up in the air, and I think we have different thoughts on this. I think we do. So, do you think he made it out of the...
When we first watched the movie, I thought that he made it out. But you do make a good point that it's the same exact scene. And, I mean, the only difference is that we see their faces at the end. But they're wearing the same clothes. Like, it's the same sunset. You know, they leave it purposefully ambiguous in that way. They leave it purposefully similar to the memory.
Yeah.
You know? And I feel like you can kind of make your choice. I will say the top bobbles a little bit when he's spinning it. At the end, when he does it in the beginning, it's
it doesn't bobble. It stays exactly the same. It bobbles more throughout the movie, but
really?
In that scene, it just stays. You never see it wobble.
You see it wobble a little bit at the end. It looks like it might wobble.
Damn you, Nolan!
God damn you!
Yeah, because I mean, they all pass each other in the airport, and the one thing is that we don't see. I don't think we see Saito at the end.
Yeah.
Which that would be the big determining factor.
Yeah, for sure, because if Saito dies, how does he get to go back and see his...
Yeah. Because they wake up on the plane. They all wake up on the plane.
Yeah.
Saito is, like, normal. His brain is not scrambled like they said it would be. Mm-hmm. But then you don't see them get off the plane.
Yeah. That is true. That is big.
That's big, man.
You know what they say in the movie? Like, do you remember how you got here?
Yeah.
We don't know how he got there.
We have no idea. Mm-hmm. But we see Michael Caine at the end, and he's like, yeah, you did it. Good job. I'm under the notion they did it. I'm entirely in that camp.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That it was all a success?
I think so. And the only thing...
That Leo's not trapped in a dream?
Right. And the only thing that keeps me bobbled is the Saito thing.
That's fair.
That's the only thing that keeps me bobbled on that. Mm-hmm. What would your little object thing be that keeps you...
I can't tell you. It's supposed to be a secret.
But it's not... Okay.
I would have my object be an empty Pez dispenser.
An empty Pezzy?
Yep. In my dream, it would be filled with Pez. But in real life, it would not have any Pez. But the hard thing is that I would need to make sure that no one ever knew that I had it because they could fuck with me by just filling it up with Pez capsules.
Maybe you just have one missing.
So maybe mine isn't good. Yeah, but then I'd be under stress in the dream. I'd be like, how many is a full Pez? How do I know that only one's left? It'd be bad. Maybe I'd do a rubber ball that bounces 3 times on concrete.
That bounces 3 times?
Yep.
Okay. I like that.
If I just drop it, it bounces 3 times.
Okay.
And in the dream world, it keeps bouncing.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I'd want like a metal playing card.
A metal playing card?
Yeah. And, I mean, I've always kind of been able to do the rounded thing where you flick it and it kind of comes back around.
So you're gonna have your talisman based on a skill that you used to have, but now have...
I'm saying I would
faltered
relearn
on?
it. I'm saying I would relearn it.
All right.
But, yeah, I think that would be mine. Plus, it seems really cool.
Yeah, you do like your cards.
I do like my cards.
Yeah. So what's your final score for this film?
My final score... I can't tell if I like or dislike that it ended ambiguously. That's the one thing that I like. You learn so much, I want it resolved, no matter if it's good or bad. Some stuff I'm like, ooh, yes, that's worth talking about. But for this, I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to give this like a 7 out of 10.
Really?
I'm going to give it a 7
Inception
out of 10.
gets a 7?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And it has nothing to do with anything else except for I'm not sure if I like the ambiguity. And, like, this is our first time really talking about it. I mean, I would love to explore conversation or, like, watch some YouTube videos or hear some more discussion in general about it. And that definitely could change my mind. But for now, I think it's just like a 7 out of 10
All right.
in my brain. Yeah.
Dang. I'm going to give Inception I give it a 9.1, honestly. I think it's a very excellent film.
Yeah.
It's like, what is it, 2 hours and 20 minutes or 2.5 hours or something like that?
2 hours and 28 minutes.
Yeah. It flies. Like, the pacing of this film is so good.
Yeah.
Like, if you just want to have, like, a fun time watching a movie, like, it's perfect. It's got the perfect amount of action, incredible visuals. It's got great performances. It has, like, emotional weight to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like this film a lot.
Yeah.
And I'd give it a big old bucket of beef.
Big old bucket of beef.
Yeah, a big old bucket of beef.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm in the same camp.
Yeah.
I'm in the same camp. Maybe with just like a hole at the bottom of the bucket.
Ooh. You can't tell if it keeps going on forever.
Exactly.
Maybe like a bucket of beef that doesn't empty. Maybe that could be the show's talisman. You have a bucket of beef, but once you take out 10 pieces of beef, it's empty. In the dream world, it's just full.
It's just
all
full.
the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Cool. I like it, man. Yeah, I really liked it. I liked both of these movies.
Yeah, very good.
What do you think it would be like entering the mind as Leonardo DiCaprio through Elle Woods? Like, what do you think we would see?
Like if you were an Elle Woods dream?
Yeah. What's the first layer? Where are we at?
The first layer is probably the nail salon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we'll go even deeper in the second layer and go to the adoption center where she got Bruiser.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the third layer is just a big...
The woods.
the woods. But it's just dorky David.
Dorky David.
And he chases
He's
you.
a woodsman.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of dorky Davids.
He's the projection that protects her mind.
I think that's
dorky
fair.
David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruiser's like a little... He's like a fixture. He's
Yes.
He's not the protector.
No.
That's my man David.
I like it. Or it would be like the Everything Everywhere All at Once girl who has like the dog on the leash and uses it as a
that'd be
as a
interesting.
tool, but
Yeah.
it's just dorky David throwing around Bruiser.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Nice.
That's my thought on that.
Nice.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining us on the 9th episode of the Bucket of Beef Show.
The 9th episode.
Number 9, man. It feels like so much.
It does.
It feels like, and to be fair, it is a lot. It is a lot. But we're making it through. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube at Bucket of Beef Show. We started a TikTok. Still haven't done much with it. We're working on it. We're working on it. As you know, Patreon access, Last of Us review. This week is the last episode. You get voting power on what we watch next and early access to our newest episodes. I'm going to do some Patreon shout-outs real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's do some Patreon shout-outs.
Shout out to our sweet, sweet patrons.
Sweet patrons. Go ahead, bub.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dwight, Adam, Julia, Dina, Brittany,
Olga, Rick, Nicole, Nikita, Nicholas.
Thank you so much.
You guys are the best. We'll see you on our 10th episode.
10th episode.
I feel like we got to do
Double
something
digits.
exciting. Maybe we'll twerk on the podcast.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Our first live podcast.
It could be live, or they can just hear the sound of our ass cheeks booming.
All right. And with that, my name is Luke Hodson.
My name is Alex Morrison.
Remember to stay beefy.
Stay beefy. Keep them cheeks clapping.
Keep the facts a splat. Okay.
That's me twerking.
Bye.
Bye.